Yo, 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 yo. Wisdom Talk Podcast. I'm going to get the episode number eventually. I'm going to get that back, but it's your boy, Swole, the Cameroon Gone.
Yes, sir.
And I got my cousin with me and my co-host. Go ahead.
It's your boy, Junyanii. I am in the building once again, here for another Wisdom Talk Podcast episode. We are here. We are ready to get it cracking, popping. We are ready to make some shit shake, man.
Yeah.
So
this is going to be an interesting one because we got a couple of hot topics.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Where do I start?
I don't know. You just, wherever you want to start. What's been going on this week? What's been going on?
Well, like the usual. Not really nothing too much. My mom's in Cameroon right now for my uncle and Pat.
Oh, she's in Cameroon right now?
Yeah, she's been there for about 2 weeks now, and she should be coming back this coming week.
Cool.
So, yeah, she's out there in West Africa.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I've been just having to hold it down with my little cousin. Just me and her in the house for the most part.
Okay.
Uncle Mandy, you heard?
Yo, I heard, bro. I haven't seen him in years, but when I was a kid growing up, I used to always hang out with Ernie.
Yeah, exactly.
I was always
we were always all together. Remember?
Always
in that house.
That's what I'm saying.
In that house too, bro. Playing Madden and watching football and all that stuff.
Dog, I'm telling you.
NCAA and everything.
NCAA playing Sega Saturn and shit.
Nintendo 64. Dog. GoldenEye and Smash Bros. Yeah, exactly, man.
I'm telling you, dog. That's fucked up, man. That's fucked up.
So yeah, I went there. It happened Sunday morning.
What was wrong with him? You know?
I don't know the depth of it, but he was fighting for like 6 years. He was fighting for his life for like a good 6 years still.
What was going on with him? Do you know? Was it cancer, COVID?
It wasn't COVID. It was cancerous. It was cancer. Like, I don't know the details of it.
Yeah.
But I just know that he was like, it showed that he was fighting through it. And then it just wham! It just happened like so sudden because it was showing like positive, like positive outcomes, and like it was showing like it was showing like he seems like he's gonna make it through, and then it just whammy. It kind of reminds me of my dad. How my dad with his diabetes and first it was the stroke, then diabetes, and then like he was getting his prick in the finger, and he had personal nurse and everything. It looked like he was still functioning and still happy and everything else and fight through it, and he just had a heart failure when he was going to an appointment, and it's just like it just happened, bam. And then like,
and this is your dad. You're talking about your dad.
Yeah, this is my dad. That's how it happened for him, and it just was like he was fine a week ago, and then like 7 days later he was in the hospital for those 7 days, and bam, he just wasn't responding.
Damn.
So it's just like it reminded me of that because like Uncle Manny seemed like he was gonna make it through, and then bam, it just hit him. He just stopped responding.
Man. See, that's why it's so critical. So critical. Health is fucking rough. We gotta prioritize health. That should come before anything. Like anybody who owns a gym in America should be a millionaire. Like that's how the minds of the American people, just society in general, should think. Like,
hey, shouts as well.
Yeah, right. Being a personal trainer should be a lucrative fucking occupation. You know what I'm saying? Because if people were in the right mindset,
exactly.
Right? If people were in the right mentality, then it would be okay.
If most of our U.S. population was actually members at a gym,
right,
that would be the booming business.
Because think about how crucial it is to be healthy, right? Not only is it good physically, but it helps your mind too. Like, when you go to the gym, it's a good way to have mental clarity.
As you say that, I'm drinking.
I know. As you say this, you about to swig some shit. Look at this, man. I don't know if y'all can see this online, but this nigga, as I'm trying to get on a health tip, you know what I'm saying?
It's not like a cold workout.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But on the court, it's good to have a healthy balance of releasing. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to, too much of anything is bad. I've said this on a couple episodes already, but too much of anything is bad. You can work out, you can overtrain, you know what I'm saying? Overtrain your muscles and your body won't respond the way they should if you're going to the gym like every fucking day, not giving yourself a break, not giving yourself rest, you know what I'm saying? So like, I'm not advocating it.
No. You don't want to get too lost in the sauce and just be all about recreational time, having a fun time and good time, but not for a long time. You want a long life. You want to live as long as you can.
Exactly.
In the most healthiest way possible.
Exactly. So, man, but going back to Uncle Emmanuel, like, dude, that health is so important, bro.
Yeah.
So, because you think about it, if you got a lot of endeavors in your life going on, your presence is needed for shit to, for the cogs in the system and the machine to keep running. You're needed.
Yeah.
And you're sick and you can't be there. Like, you ain't got shit. Like, you're not doing nothing. You ain't got shit. If you're not healthy, if you're sick all the time, your millions of dollars, your success, your endeavors don't mean shit.
Yeah,
because you can't utilize it.
Exactly.
You can't because you're bedridden. You're sick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can't go outside. Like you just you
strive for success to enjoy it. And success is happiness.
Right.
And if you're not happy, then you can't. You're not really soaking in that success, and you're just like in despair at that point.
Right.
And you're just like. Depressed.
Right.
And it's just like you see everybody else can enjoy the loins, but you who worked for those such loins is just sitting there as a spectator towards what you have accomplished.
That's right.
Like what you strive for.
Yeah.
And it's just like holding you back. It's like a handicap or something like that. Like I can't think of the right word for it, but it's just like you can't like someone's holding you and you're watching everybody else enjoy what you have made, but you can't enjoy it for yourself because this force is holding you, which is that health factor.
That's right.
Like the O'Gunsons, Gunja and DJ.
Yeah, I know his dad.
Yeah. And then Auntie Hortensia too had passed her asleep, and that's who I'm named after. Hortensia. Right. So it's like damn. So it's like they were there, and then. My family was there, and then the Abuelos, of course, and like the next closest people are you and Jerry.
Right. Man, it's crazy. All this talk, man, is making me I'm gonna reach out to my dad, bro.
Yeah, man.
My dad's a healthy dude. Like he's like all about his health and fitness and shit, like hardcore. But still, he's up there in age. You know what I'm saying? He's 70, 71.
Yeah, Uncle Randy was 72.
Yeah. See. So like, man. Yeah, I'll probably call him after this show, man.
Yeah, no, when these things happen, it makes you just like appreciate your family more, and it makes you draw you back closer to your family. Even though we all be doing our own things, times like this is like when we need each other the most. So.
Right.
So I'm probably gonna go to ETUK's after this.
Man, I haven't seen ETUK in a minute too.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been seeing Ernie, Terry, and Brandon, but I don't see.
Yeah, of course they be out. They be outside.
Especially Brandon. I be seeing Brandon.
Brandon's the most active.
I be seeing because Brandon
he doesn't miss anything.
That's what I'm saying. Like he be at the gym that he goes to 24-hour fitness.
Oh, okay. So exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
He always come on Brandon. Yeah, all the functions. Out of all of them, at least Brandon will be at the function.
You want the Guinness?
Guinness,
Heineken, you want a Guinness?
You already know, man.
You have a car, right? You come to the event.
I will send you the address.
Man.
But
crazy.
Let's digress from the family stuff.
Segue.
The first thing that we're gonna talk about, which is an ongoing recent thing, is what happened in Alabama.
Let's get into it, man. Let's get it. Let's motherfucking get it.
Apparently there was a race war.
Let's get it. You know what I think it was? I think it was black people defending themselves. Because you see how it started.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
Them white people tried to buck up on that security guard.
Yeah.
And therefore, when he threw up his hat, he was like, "Oh no, what's that? Oh no, you did." He threw his hat over there.
That's when game time started. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't throw your hat and not be ready. Like it's time to go to war. It's time to fight.
You saw how that one white dude just like jumped, like he like bum rushed.
Yeah. As soon as that hat flew, he figured out what time it was. Right. He just like double arm.
It was like a double Superman. It was like a Superman punch. Not the Roman Reigns. Not the Roman Reigns. Push up on his coach. I'm like, what? Not the Roman Reigns Superman punch. We talking about Christopher Reeve.
But you want to know who the real hero was? That dude who swam across the joint. Hey,
you know what? All right, I'm gonna tell you something funny.
The determination, though.
I'm gonna tell you something funny. I followed Tariq Nasheed. Shout out to Tariq Nasheed. He was talking about, he was breaking the whole situation down. He has a whole YouTube episode where he breaks the whole thing down. And he was like, let me show y'all the brother who was swimming. Let me show y'all the brother who was swimming. You know what? Let me tell you something about water and how it retains memory. He was like, yo, and this is real talk. This is science.
Scientifically broken down.
Yeah, he said, you know,
analysts.
I'm telling you. He said that port in Montgomery, Alabama was one of the main ports in the South where they used to import slaves.
Damn, he went historical with the shit.
Real talk, bro.
So he's a subject in school.
I'm telling you.
History, science. Let's go.
And he said that, you know, how our slaves, our ancestors died in that water trying to escape slavery and stuff. So he said the brother that was in the water, he absorbed some of that energy. Hence why when he came out the water,
slave power.
He got power with that ancestral vengeance.
Ancestral vengeance. He came out that water and charged up like Goku.
Did you see the German suplex he did to that one dude? Oh my god. He's straight.
As soon as he swam across, the script just flipped. It went from one side to the other side. It was like, oh shit. It just motivated all the other black people around. Let's go. He swam across. We gotta fight now. Like, if they were thinking about it, if they were questioning things after him swimming in that fucking lake across the coast, like, we gotta fight now. This nigga just did that. Like, we gotta represent.
And then as he was swimming, did you hear the people in the background, like on the boat that he jumped off of to go to the other side? There was a lady in the back being like, go save him! Go defend him! Right. He was like, yo, go save him! That's right! That's right!
It's that picture with where it's like two of the white guys and it's like 16 black dudes.
Yo.
And then the girl that hit the girl with the chair.
The chair.
Wrestling with WWF.
Real talk.
Table ladders, chair matches.
Dog. And
I was thinking like Edge from wrestling shit.
The concertos. Hey man. Yo.
And she was already like down, and then she didn't have no furniture.
Yo, dog.
You know the internet just ran with it.
The internet was undefeated.
Bro, there's a clip of this dude like, nah, I gotta train different. He's in the heavy bag with the chair.
Hey, comedian Godfrey was doing that shit with the heavy bag in the chair. He's like, I gotta practice.
I gotta train different now. Oh, that shit was hilarious.
Yo, she already got stomped out by some.
Yeah, she was already worked, dog. It was just like the fatality strike, dog. It was like the finisher. It was all like this. Wow, fatality.
And where did this nigga come from? Like, this
dude, he came out of the camera, dog. He came out of the camera.
He's straight.
Just like the dude swam. They just both came out the camera just ready, dog.
Like, where are these niggas? Where are these niggas coming from?
Like charging up their key the whole time, waiting to go Super Saiyan on a motherfucker. That shit was crazy, dog. Yo, I was like, what am I watching right now?
Dog, it was straight mayhem, bro. Like, them niggas. Hey, that chair warrior, he came out, bro.
Chair warrior, yes, that's a great description.
That was the final right there. When he came out and
that was the finishing blow. That was the finishing strike.
He came out and cleaned house. He was carrying everybody.
And no one spared, dog. You can get some of this chair too. You got a problem with what I did to her? Watch this. You can get smacked by the fuck, bro.
No, bro. But listen, I thought it was a beautiful movie.
But I thought justice was served. I was just like, they started jumping, dude. They started jumping, dude. I hear that apparently a boat ran into their boat because they were parked in their spot. So the white people were parked in the black people's spot.
Right.
And the black person ran the boat into their boat.
Yeah.
Because of that reason. And then that's where everything escalates. Right. But like the whole jumping the dude. But see, that's gonna end like that. Like that's when you ask for whatever comes from jumping. So I'm saying, like if you jump someone, which is an unfair fight, run that one-on-one fight. That's fine.
And that's what was going on.
Jumping someone?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck that.
They were one-on-one. They were one-on-one at first, and then you saw all these other white dudes jump his ass.
And the girl too. The girl was in it too.
That's what I'm saying. The woman.
Oh, so you want to jump? You want to join in with the guys? So you can get trained with the guys.
You're gonna get chair shotted.
Equal rights, equal loves. Equal rights, equal loves.
You're gonna get chair shotted. And that's why you saw those black women that came in. They ran around the crowd. The woman.
They were the main ones commentating the whole time too.
No! Dog, they were stomping. Dog, they stomped her out, bro. They stomped that woman out, bro.
No fucks were given, dog. I'm like, that's the most one-sided for the black people fight that I've seen in Alabama. Alabama's not.
Hey, but see, the black folks in Alabama, bro, like they don't. Yeah. They ain't with the bullshit.
Yeah, there's a rapper that's
not with the bullshit.
I want to say his name's like Baby Slim. He's from Alabama. He don't play.
Dog, I'm telling you, bro.
He's a real one.
Them niggas, them black folks over there.
He has a problem with anyone that's not black saying nigga. He just like, he's like, wait, what?
Right.
She said nigga.
I feel him though. I feel you, bro.
I'm cool with Hispanic people saying nigga. I'm cool with that because it's been
if they're black
since in New York and stuff like Cuban, Dominican, Puerto Rican. See, I'm
like,
cool with it.
I don't know if I'm cool. It depends.
And then even white people, only the white people I know.
No, I can't do a white person, bro.
But like, I understand why people can't, but I'm like at a point.
I can't.
Nigga is an endearment term. It's like nigga is nigga. Right. Nigga's same as man or boy or whatever. Fuck, nigga's nigga.
Right.
So like nigger.
See, that
ever.
But I feel like
hear the ER, right? You know, but if this nigga's like, hey, this nigga here, bro.
Yeah.
I don't get triggered by that.
But see, I feel like, and to be completely real honest, I feel like the word should just be, we should just do away with it.
Yeah, I agree. Overall, I'm like, if anyone's using it, then, like, I agree. It should just be absolved overall, but if anyone's using it, then as long as you're using it in the proper term, then I don't mind it, because it's a word that still exists anyway.
Right.
I use it.
I'm gonna be real. It's something that I have to train my mind to like eradicating from my vocabulary. But I'm very conscious about using it around certain people, though. I don't say it around white folks. I try not to.
I kind of slip. Because like when I'm just comfortable talking, I just like, damn, this nigga here, bro.
But see, that's how it is for me too. I try my best, bro, not to say it around white folks. Now, black people,
I need to slip up and say at work.
Yeah,
hey, I'm working at BMW and Katie around majority of proper suburban non-black people. So and I still slip up and be saying that at work sometimes. But at least no one says. Only people that I hear say that aren't black are Hispanic people at work. Right. No, I've never heard a white person.
But see, the Hispanic people too, like those motherfuckers, like y'all, they gotta be careful with it too. I'm gonna be real, because Hispanic people be racist. They are. A lot of them are, bro. I'm gonna be honest, dog.
You ain't lying.
Dog, they be racist too. Because they be.
I told you about my GM at BMW.
Yeah, like you told me about.
She is Hispanic, and a lot of my coworkers that I don't get along with are also Hispanic.
I'm telling you,
they feel a type of way towards me particularly.
Right.
You know, and it is what it is.
It's like
I'm a smart black guy too.
Right.
I'm not just like a dumb black guy that they can get away with fuckery with. Right. I don't let shit slide. Exactly. So it's like, damn, this nigga, who does he think he is, you know?
And that's even worse because
that's the reality of it. I know.
That's even worse because you're a threat. You know what I'm saying? You're a threat to usurp whatever. They
always ask me why I move up. Like, because they already see me as someone that is better than my position.
Yeah.
It's because how I carry myself and my confidence and everything.
See?
But that's the only way they can not control, have control over me is if I'm in the same position as them. Yeah. I don't want to be in their position because I feel like, and that's a feeling, but I believe that a lot of them had to sell themselves to a certain degree of integrity for that position.
And let's just simplify it. They had to check the white box, which is what they usually do.
Yeah, they had to get whitewashed to a degree.
That's what they do.
They get to that position. Yeah, I'm not trying to do that. I see exactly.
Yeah, they align themselves with whiteness, right? And when they do that, they try and go all the way with it. Like, not only are you aligning yourself up with whiteness on the job, you're going to align yourself with whiteness on the way you think. Yeah. And the way you move, the way you want to, show value. Quote, quote. You know what I'm saying? But who's to say white is valuable? White is not valuable.
It's really like a privilege thing, too.
Yeah, they want to align themselves.
A certain level of privilege that they want to align themselves to.
Yeah.
And associate with. And they change their true character. Yeah, acting especially those that aren't privileged, that aren't as resourceful. Exactly. And everything else like that.
And that's why
they look down upon those people that aren't in the same position. Like lower tier people are looked down upon.
Hence why props. Yeah, and hence why they a lot of them are prejudiced and racist towards us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm very worried about Hispanics. Like they want to be us, but they're almost us.
Yeah, no.
And since they're almost us and they can't be us, they hate us for that.
And they can play both sides because their complexion is lighter.
See,
I'm just gonna be honest. Yeah, they can play both sides. They can be accepted by the white community because there's so many of them, and especially in like Texas, let alone Houston. That like Spanish is literally the second language here. Is that it is a lot more tolerable as long as you go with the white people rules. But like they could also be black because they're not white, and then they could play that side and then adapt the culture, the hip hop culture, and everything else, and like dress up a certain way, have certain mannerisms and character traits that are like ours. So they can play both sides of the field. That's how I see them as.
And see, there's some cool Hispanics out there. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, we're not talking about
y'all.
Yeah, because like, I got hella Hispanics.
There's some cool Hispanic people. Yeah, there's some cool Hispanics that ain't with that shit. They're not with that bullshit. But the ones that are, fuck y'all. Like y'all can't say the N-word. I don't care how cool y'all are with black folks. I don't give a fuck. Because you don't understand, like, bro, the etymology, the historical trauma that comes with that. You're just saying it to be cool to fit in. It's like, nah, bro. Nah.
Yeah.
You can't. That's not gonna slide with me, bro.
And then the argument with any race when it comes to like how us black people have a certain disdain and certain feel a type of way towards other people trying to just jump into our culture is their excuses. Well, we didn't go through it, but our ancestors went through, so what's the big deal?
Because y'all see, because what happened was, you didn't go through it, we didn't go through it, but you didn't go through obtaining the benefits, but you're reaping them now. Right now, well, your ancestors
systematic.
Right. The system that was created back then still exists now. It's manipulated and morphed itself to be more discreet, but it's still there. That system favors you more than it favors us, and that's a fact in all areas of activity. It does. You in the judicial system, in the workforce, all that.
It favors up the judicial system.
Yeah, bro. That's exhibit A.
Let's not talk about the sentencing. You see what happened to Tory Lanez.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
His sentencing 10 years,
dog.
3 years minimum,
bro.
And we don't even know if he's the one who shot the gun. We don't even know if he's the one who shot the gun still to this day. Because he was the guy that was a part of it.
The Kyle Rittenhouse.
The black guy that was a part of it. And Kyle Rittenhouse. And you see how,
bro,
he shouldn't even been there in the first place.
Bro.
They're talking about how it was self-defense. Yes, it was self-defense, but why was he even there?
Right.
So like he got to peel the layers back. Now you can't just ignore the fact that he was where he was not supposed to be in the first place.
And
but like a crime is a crime is a crime.
Right.
You got exercise all the law, not just half the law. Like fuck.
And I'll go a step further with Kyle Rittenhouse. He got $1 million worth of defense because of how lenient the court was being with him. You saw the prosecutor and the judge; they were really tiptoe.
And he had some top tier attorneys and all that stuff for a kid,
bro. There was
a lot of support
The port. The port itself is the
funded that motherfucker.
The port itself would
and
really
that would not be the same level of funds if he wasn't how he looked.
If he was black, dog, there would be no reality. Dog, I'm telling you.
Like, all these things, that's why I like when you talk about these things. I don't be disagreeing with anything you say.
Yeah, I know.
I just accept it as is because I'm like, this is the reality of it. Like, I became numb to it because I'm like, is it like, it is continuing to happen. We could be as aware if we want to, but it doesn't change the reality.
But you know what is going to change the reality is if black people get on code more, and we start spreading that knowledge out and trying to change the minds of people that way, empower other black folks.
And I would even add on one more thing. We need to get in those positions.
Right.
That's what we have to have more people going for those positions. So if we have that position of power, then we can implement what we know.
Right, but that's called getting on code. Right?
Yeah. Well,
so that's called getting on code. Plus, we need to learn how to circulate our money amongst each other more.
Yeah, exactly. Become more communal, right? Because you think about all the other communities, right? The Jewish, Chinese, East Indian. Yeah, they
circulate their dollar amongst themselves, right? Yeah. Black people, we're so quick to go spend Gucci. We're so quick to go spend Louis Vuitton. We're so quick to go Nike, Adidas, like go to a black-owned brand that makes shoes or a black-owned brand that makes... this right here, look. Recognize entertainment merchandise.
Support
our own. You know what I'm saying? This right here.
Our own.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Circulate your dollar amongst your own people.
Exactly.
That will empower.
Because I literally see that at... all the Hispanic people... tight at my job,
bro.
Even the Jewish people, it's only like 3-4 of them that I know, but they're all knowing each other. They're all close to each other. Even the different departments, you got the tech one, the advisor one, you got the parts one, you got the they're all close to the one that sells. They're all, you see them all converse with one another throughout the days.
That's right.
And they look out for one another. In the processes of business and work. And everything.
They'll give each other like elbow rubs, like, "Hey, you don't have to go through that.
Yeah,
just come in, show up, and I'll skip you."
And we know how them boys are with like interest rates and money. They don't play. They gotta make sure they get their residuals.
Oh, of course.
So they're about their dollar, right? And they make sure that they all win at the end.
Right. See, with me, I'm putting my money where my mouth is. Right. I have a black-owned bank, which is my main bank, Unity National Bank, black-owned bank in Houston. Great bank. I suggest that any black folks that want a legitimate FDIC approved bank, check out Unity National Bank. That's who I bank with.
Unity
Black-owned bank. That's where that's where my direct deposits go. All my money gets circulated through that first. You know what I'm saying? I got the merchandise. You want to support black-owned business? There you go. Recognize Entertainment. I'm going to be dropping music. I drop merchandise. We got the podcast, Wisdom Talk Podcast. This is black driven. We get shout out to Legend, Beast.
Yep.
You got Horton right here, Junyanii right here, H20, you know what I'm saying? So
Jay as well.
Yeah, and Jay as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is all black driven. You know what I'm saying? So we got to circulate our dollar amongst our people because that's what's going to create the change, because then we'll have more power to be able to make moves, you know what I'm saying, and be able to do shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because supports.
Think about it. The Chinese, every single major city has a Chinatown.
Damn.
That right there is circulating your dollar. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Like, they all have it. Think about how they operate. Dog, they have their own grocery stores, restaurants, banks. Look at Houston. They have a Chinese bank. You know that bank I'm talking about, that big glass.
You're striking gems right now. Striking gems.
Dog, they circulate their dollar.
There is a Chinatown in every city.
Bro.
Every major city, there is a Chinatown.
That is a fact. Dog. But you know why?
And they might be such a small percentage of population in that city, but they still generate a Chinatown.
Right. You know why? Because they circulate their dollar amongst their people.
Yeah.
They spend their dollar. Like, they'd rather go to a Chinese doctor
first. This shit up.
They'd rather go to a Chinese doctor first than to go to like a regular Memorial Hermann doctor. They'd rather do that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that's what, and you know who else does that? Africans.
Africans do that too. That's
like whenever I'm telling my mom that I'm feeling a type of way, something physical or whatever, she's always talking about one of our uncles that's pharmacist or Dr. Stella. Of course, Dr. Stella is always or Dr. Raquel.
Dr. Raquel.
Yeah, exactly. We already know. You see how it comes like that.
Or Uncle Chris.
Uncle Chris. Uncle Chris. He helped me with my recent stomach issues. I went to his pharmacy.
See?
Yeah, exactly. Right. Uncle Chris. Uncle Chris is Auntie Raquel's brother-in-law.
Oh, okay.
Brother-in-law. Okay. That's why they're close. So yeah. So that's her brother-in-law. So that's why we know. That's why we're all connected.
Right.
You know.
Okay.
That's what. And like that's what. A lot of black people don't have that same level of connection that we have. We just named a couple people right now that are common denominators as we're cousins. We already know because we're Africans, and we know who to go to because our people stick together.
Yeah, right.
And it's like black people can take notes from us Africans on how to stick together with our communities. You see how we have our African functions and like the conventions and all that, and we all come together, even though we're from different tribes and villages, and we have our different shirts and everything. We still all come together. For the bigger picture.
And you know what? And you know too, like, you know, and that's not throwing shade on like black Americans.
No. We really want the best.
We want the best. I want all of us to get on code, like black Americans, Africans, because we're all black at the end of the day. We're melanated people.
Yeah.
See, Ukraine and Russia, they're white folks. They have their beef, but guess what? When it comes time to handle us, they get on code with each other. They come together and be like, look, we got to like make sure these black folks don't
besides the war.
Besides the war, right. We got to make sure.
That's like Ukraine's going to win. Because they got NATO on their side.
Yeah, they got the U.S. NATO and the U.S.
See, they got infinite fun.
Right, but that's white on white crime. White on white violence.
It's rare.
Well, it's actually more common than we think.
Well, it's rare as far as coming from America. Like, in Europe, in all the other countries, yes.
I mean, because, I mean,
for us, we don't see white on white crime. That they put out there.
I was going to say.
They don't, like, the media, they're going to show more of us.
Of course they are. Of course they're going to demonize. There you go.
Demonize us.
Exactly. But you know, white people kill other white people. That happens all the time. We see all these fucking documentaries and like serial killers. Yeah, they be killing white folks. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Like,
Ted Bundy wasn't killing black women.
No, he was not. He was not.
Just as an example.
You know what I mean? Like,
only Jeffrey Dahmer was killing minorities.
Right.
It was gay and it was just more.
Yeah, he was eating black folks.
He was eating shit. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like, hey, he was eating black folks. What's that mean? You know, maybe he was going to eat the superior.
Good God. You trying to get that energy, that spirit, like, sick individual.
Oh man, but
yeah, you know, but yeah, man, I think it's important just for not just, you know, for just black people in general, just black Americans, FBAs, you know, Africans, because we got to get on code. Like, it's important for all of us globally to get on code because, you know, we have that network. It'll just make things easier for everybody.
Just imagine if that 13.4% of black people in America actually were looking out for one another.
Right.
The power would be something.
They have the most spend. You know, black people in America, even though they're only 13%, we have the most spending power. You know, because we spend a lot. We have $1 trillion surplus plus in spending power. Yeah, in spending power. We spend the most. So imagine if we were to spend amongst each other that much, the most. Yeah. You know how we'd be killing it. Black people in America would be killing it, running shit for real.
Especially when you think about all like the black famous people or wealthy people.
Right.
They're buying all this jewelry and flashy materialistic things.
Right.
And if they're spending that money on more of like mom and pop shops, black mom and pop shops and others in the community and giving back. Some do, but if they were as a majority doing that same thing, we will all flourish as a result. Everybody would be doing just that much more better.
You know what I was thinking? I saw the other day. Did you see that Floyd Mayweather was in South Africa leaving a Gucci store and he had to have special forces walk him out?
No.
Yeah, so Floyd Mayweather, for those of y'all that don't know, Floyd Mayweather, he was in South Africa at a Gucci store in South Africa, and he was leaving, and there's video of him where he had special forces, like South African special forces, like escorting him out the store. And I saw that, what did he buy from there? It was like it wasn't just for him though, to be fair, but I think it was he had like millions of dollars worth of shit. Right, like millions, right? Jeez. And Floyd Mayweather tends to do that a lot. He'll get like a chain or a watch that's like $50 million, or like he'll get And it's like, instead of buying that one single watch, right, that's like 20 million, divvy that 20 million up, 1 million, and go to 20 black businesses and give each black business $1 million. Why don't you do that?
Yeah, you never see
instead of it being relegated to like a single small ass watch.
You never see him do stuff like that.
Maybe he does behind closed doors, but I don't hear it. Personally, I don't.
They don't publicize that if he does do it.
Maybe
and that's the problem, is that they don't glorify whenever that more positive reinforcement is occurring.
Speak on that.
Like, because like even me and my music team, legendary music team, we gave food to the homeless. Oh, and we're on Fox.
That's fucking dope, bro. I want to do some shit like that.
Yeah, man. It was nice thing. And then we also did another thing. We went to a children's shelter, and we like hosted an event and gave them food and stuff.
Damn, and
did that as well.
I want to do some shit.
And that was supposed to be on ABC, but it never aired. But the Fox one aired.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
I want to
that stuff like that should be like glorified. Like we should have caught wind, and like multiple other people should have been talking about it. It was just like that they shot that segment and it was it. That's all it was. And then the other segment, they didn't even put us in their chronological timeline of that night. Yeah. And for ABC, they didn't they didn't have enough space for us, and they didn't include us. But they came through and recorded, but they didn't really post us. And that's like something that should be glorified. But if we were out here shooting folks, that would have been front center news, and everybody would have been talking about that. But because we're giving back, it wasn't as prioritized.
Right.
And I just experienced that firsthand. So I just see how the game runs.
Right. See, and again, like, with Floyd, like, he can spend his money however he wants. I'm not here to, like, count his pockets or nothing, but I just feel like, because there was some videos where I saw he collects watches and shit.
Yeah.
And I don't want to single him out, but I'm just using him.
He's a good example. He's a good example.
I like Floyd. Shout out to the TMT Money team. Shout out to him.
Agreed.
But like, the watch thing, for example, right? Fucking $20 million watch. Instead of spending $20 million on that, take $1 million from that 20. Go to 20 black-owned businesses around the country. Just give them grant them $1 million.
He could do he could do 200 and do 100,000 for each. That's still gonna be a game changer. Right. You don't need a whole mill.
But I'm saying
100,000 would still be so serious. Right. They do 200 different businesses, so he can actually cover more ground.
You know how much life he would breathe into black businesses by just giving them $100K, like you said, right? Like, dog, you would put a lot of black businesses to the next level.
Yeah.
Like with just that, with that $100K. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's a game changer.
It's a game changer for sure, no doubt.
Like, you're probably saving like a whole year of like extra revenue that they have to put in themselves. Right. You're saving them that extra year, and like now they're playing with house money, and now they can flourish off of that, invest it, and do other things with it.
And they can expand, have multiple locations. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, make more money.
Yeah, because here at Wisdom Talk, we're all about expansion, and we talk a bit about finances. We're gonna have some people soon. That are on the financial side of things as well. I can't wait
for that shit.
Yeah, exactly. You met Ashton.
Yeah.
He's one of those good examples of people that teach you how to start a business and make your own money. Yeah. And like be your own boss. And like,
that's what we're doing here with the podcast, with the merchandise.
Exactly. This is a business. This panel, this podcast, a business. This is what we're doing.
Yes,
we're starting our own thing. We're not just depending on other people to fund us and sponsor us.
That's a fact.
And all this other shit. And then now we owe them our soul and shit. That's how labels get the artists.
Exactly.
Nah, we're independent.
They give them these janky 360 deals.
Yeah, man. They don't own the masters and everything.
Own the masters.
You see that shit that happened on Straight Outta Compton? This shit shows it there with Jerry and Ice Cube.
And that was back in the 80s.
And that was back in the late 80s, early 90s. Bam.
And you don't think they've like strengthened those 360 deals?
That's what I'm like at 2023.
They refined that shit to make it more discreet.
They have all these incentives in the contract and negotiations that you got to read every fine print.
Exactly.
Because if you just sign that shit, you don't know what you signed, bro. For the next 10, 20 years, they own you, dog.
Exactly. You know what? Basically what it comes, because they taught us a little bit about 360 deals when I went to music school to refine my music skills.
Right.
So they told us basically what a 360 deal is. It's a loan, like any kind of loan you get from a bank. They give you a loan.
Yeah, they give interest rates and everything.
Right. They get exactly. So they give you a loan. They'll be like, look, we'll sign you to a loan that you'll have to pay back for 3 years, aka an album deal for 3 years. Right. Yeah. The loan's going to be $500K, but the interest rate on that loan is going to be absurd to where you won't be able to pay it back if you're not on top of your shit. Or if you don't blow up, you know what I'm saying? If you don't blow up, you're not selling records.
Yeah, exactly.
Generating income.
Exactly.
The interest that you'll have to pay back on that $500K is going to be so outrageous.
It's even more.
You're going to be in the hole. So now you're the record label slave, right? So you're stuck. You're like, all right, I owe this label, so I can't get out from my deal because I'm stuck. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and they wonder why like older artists are still doing tours.
Exactly.
Even though they haven't made music in so long.
That's what I'm saying.
Because they have to.
they say
they're not trying to. It's you get the nostalgic feeling, but at the same time, simultaneously, they have to.
Right. Facts. And you know, and on top of that, it's like if you get in the hole because you signed a deal that with an interest rate that's outrageous, you get in the hole. You signed your masters away, so now. Not only you're a slave to the label that owns your masters, so you got to work that off. You got to work.
Yeah, you have to buy those masters.
Because guess what? They're getting the money for your masters. Every time your master generates an income, it goes to the label.
Exactly.
So you're a fucking slave.
You might get a percentage of it, but it's a small,
minute percentage of that master or whatever income that master generated. So now you're a slave. You're literally a slave.
But when you own your masters, that alone is a game changer.
Facts.
Yeah, man.
Facts. And think of the terminology. Masters, all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? Think of the terminology. Slave, master. You see what I'm saying?
Is that why now that's where conspiracy comes from, but in some relations.
No.
Because like in masters.
Yeah, that's how they use it. That's
slave to the game. Like it's like it's common denominators.
Bro. I'm just saying.
If it quacks like a duck, looks like a duck, it ain't a cow, nigga. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying though. I'm just saying.
My boy Junyanii cooking.
Bro,
we haven't even got to Tank Davis. Because like it's another thing that has to do with race to a degree.
That's what I'm saying. We haven't even got to that.
Man, should we? Okay, so Tank Davis was arrested back like months ago. Like, I think it was like towards the end of 2022, early 2023. He got arrested over a domestic violence dispute. But then now, like as of this past week, the police body cam footage has been released, and we get to see the true colors. Is that his girlfriend was overreacting, called the cops, tried to say that he got on top of her and started hitting her and all this stuff, and she's trying to run away and take the G-Wagon. So whenever the cops get there, they're just like already on guard and just like, hey, you know, with Gervonta Davis and just checking him and everything else while he's like explaining like, she's trying to take my car. She can leave. I have a driver. I'll let her leave. We got a driver. She can leave with the driver. But she's just trying to take the car. And he's just like, you know, I don't see why she's just trying to start shit. And then, like, the whole time, it's going in one ear and out the other when it comes to the law enforcement that are there, because they're already there and already heavily guarded and everything, that they already need to have a reason. They already need to, in order to not waste their time, they have to follow through with something. They have to get something out of it. So they've already made up their mind. They already made up their mind that he's the suspect number one and he did this and he did that. So they're already trying to corner him to admit something that he never did the whole time. And then, like, of course, this man is a professional African-American boxing champ. And even as a smaller boxing champ, they're still just trying to nail him. And it's crazy how we bring up Hispanic people and Latinos, because his girlfriend is a Latina woman, and she was the one that gassed up the whole situation, and then she shows some minimal scar that she probably even could have got from eating food or chewing the wrong way, and just like maybe bit her lip or a bit the inside of her gum, just bare minimal, and you can't even see it because they have her face blurred out, so you can't see her. But they just ask her to show something. She shows like minimal damage. This is a boxer, remind you. If he was really in there, you wouldn't have to look to see damage. You don't see damage. So the whole time, and then they're talking about calling CPS to pick up his daughter when they're about to arrest him and everything else. His manager comes out. They're already threatened by the manager. He's explaining to him calmly that he's the manager and he can still be there for his daughter, but they claim to not trust the manager and all this other stuff. Threatening him to back up after they gave him the keys to the G-Wagon. The one cop gives him the keys to the G-Wagon, but the other cop feels the type of way about the manager. He's like, back up, listen to me. You shouldn't be here. Back up, do what I say. And all this stuff, just power tripping type of shit. And it's just like, I literally just watched this morning. And I just was resonating all this stuff off the reaction that I was watching. And I was like, wow, in 2023, they're still treating a successful black man like this. A la Jonathan Majors, just believe in the woman without any substantial evidence or proof, just to incriminate that black man. Oh, yeah, you thought he was such a nice guy? Well, look at this. He's just like the rest of them. That whole thing. Yeah, and that's why I took out of it. And you can't not take that out of it.
Yeah, you can't. Because, again, it goes back to, what exists. What's the reality that we live in, right? We live in a white supremacist ran society. I mean, it is what it is, bro. Like, that's our current state.
It's such an extremist. You remind me of the Tyreek and the Umar.
Because it's real though. Like,
he's a white supremacist.
It's real talk. Like, that's
man.
Because that's the only reason why they don't do.
That's why you don't like Nick Fuentes, man. Because he's the opposite of you.
No, Nick Fuentes.
He's the opposite of you.
Because white. Let's be real. Anybody.
He's like a white genocidal type of guy.
And that's not justice. That doesn't reflect justice.
Yeah, no.
Justice is equal for everybody, right? Equal treatment for everybody.
Exactly.
Right. As far as that goes, right?
Yeah.
When it comes to
equality is equality.
Right. Exactly. And that relates to justice.
Even playing field for everybody.
Right. And that's justice, right? Justice is what's deserved, right? So justice meaning like, the way Nick Fuentes of people like him that they don't care about justice. They care about being dominant. You know what I'm saying? Like to dominate over everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
He does want white people to stay the majority.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not justice.
And that's power.
See?
Yeah.
And then when he
sees it shifting. And white people are slowly becoming the minority.
You know why? Because their birth rates.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a lot more interracial.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so that means we're going back to the origins, right? Which black people were the original people.
Yeah, and it comes back to how pre-Big Bang evolutionary it was Africa. It was like centered in Africa. It was one big geographic piece of land that was centered in Africa. Africa is the center of the earth, and therefore that's where it was.
Yep.
All the other continents before they broke out was that.
Because you think about it right now, you look at the globe and like the continents, if you put them together, puzzle pieces.
Yeah, exactly.
They all piece them all together. Right?
Yeah, and the centerpiece is Africa, and then the other pieces come together.
It's crazy. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you see it. The shape of the continents is like you can geographically, geometrically see it.
You can connect everything.
Both geographically from the world's perspective and mathematical geometrically.
Yeah,
you can still add it all up and see that it comes to that point.
Yeah,
like this is wisdom talk right here. It's like. You can't make this shit up. So we know the truth. Like for those who know. But then they want to live in this level of denial and like resentment just for power and control.
Because it fucks up their
narrative.
Yeah. It fucks up their reality. It fucks up what they've known and been taught.
What's that damn radio commercial? What's your reality? On some shit.
Right. Yeah.
That's why it turns like my truth.
Right.
I'm like, no, you can have your lies.
Right.
Because you're the one lying. Yeah. But there's only one truth. Yeah. So it's like, that shit fucks me up, bro. So it's just crazy how even like even with the body cam that recently came out, I wonder if they're going to absolve the case for Tate Davis.
Don't be surprised if they do.
Like, I would hope that they absolve the case and dismiss it and everything. He still has the charges.
Right. Don't be surprised if, I meant to say, don't be surprised if they don't dismiss it. Don't be surprised.
Yeah, I think that's what I knew you meant.
Yeah.
Because, like, even with the evidence, they're just going to dust it, brush it under the rug type of shit.
Right.
And, that already happened already. We don't let bygones be bygones type of shit. Mm-hmm. It's that same level of non-accountability that's lacking. It's like, why are you still dwelling on the past? That's why when you talk about reparations and shit. Reparations and everything. Yeah. Like, the main argument for people that aren't black is like, that was the past, that was our ancestors.
See, they always like to bring that up with black folks, but when everybody else
didn't go through it.
See, but when everybody else went through their own plight, they got their reparations. So.
Oh, we ain't gonna talk about them boys, because like,
I'm just saying,
we're talking about the Holocaust. We're still talking about the Holocaust. Right. And the Holocaust, they're super.
They got museums, they got media companies, they got all that. Like, so they got
the type of shit. And low key, this is the saddest part. This is the type of shit that we could possibly get scrutinized for and banned and everything else,
But they also got
because the boys are running this shit,
and they also got millions of dollars from America.
Yeah, and that's the thing. The boys that are running this shit are running this shit. Thank God for America funding them for the shit that they're running and supporting them behind it.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And again, man, it's always a problem when black people want to get what's owed to them, but when everybody else gets what they're owed, nobody bats an eye. Nobody complains, right?
And that's why, it's not that I don't disagree with you, but it's like, I know it's just like the likelihood of it actually happening.
Why not? We're only 13%.
Is that, you said why not? It's because the majority doesn't care enough.
They don't care enough because of white supremacy. That's why.
But to say white supremacy, that is a strong term to express, because white supremacy means that we're still oppressed.
We are. Let me break it down to you. We're not antebellum oppressed, like ball and chain, shackle.
I'm saying, but we're not oppressed upon opportunity that we can get.
We're strategically oppressed, which is just as bad, right? Let me break it down to you. When you think of the judicial system, do you think about black people making laws, pushing and pulling legislation?
I think of judicial system. I think of Jim Crow.
Right. So you think? So is that white people or black people? Right. That control that. Is it black people pushing and pulling legislation? No. You think of white folks. When you look at the medical system, do you think it's a bunch of black folks running these major hospitals and at the top of these hospitals? You think of white folks. And when you know
what I really think of? Jewish people.
White. That's white.
I'm not gonna lie. When I think of Jewish people, I don't think of white people.
They are white. They're white.
They're white by complexion, but not by ethnicity.
They are white by the way they think. Because a lot of them, not all. The racist sector.
I will agree with you there. That by the way they think, yes.
The racist sector in Jewish society, the way they think like white supremacy, white supremacist. That's how they think.
Because when you look at a Jewish person and a white person, you can tell the difference.
I mean, complexion
and eyes and certain facial features, aesthetics.
Right. But when it comes to
ideology,
checking that box,
they will choose white.
Thank you.
Application, everything else.
They're going to select white. They're not going to select black.
I give you.
You know what I'm saying?
I won't deny nothing.
They're going to select white.
I'm own up to all of that. So.
And when you think of the education system, do you think it's black people disseminating the curriculum and creating the curriculum?
No.
It's white folks, right? It's white people.
My next door neighbor is a board of education. She's a black woman.
Right.
But I know that she still answers to a group of white guys.
That's my point, bro. That's my point.
I don't know if she's the board of education in A-Leaf, but she's a board of education of a nearby district.
Right.
And she's one of them. She's one of the committee members.
But the board collectively is not ran by black
people. No. She's a anomaly when it comes to that.
See, and that's more of my point, right? So the root of the problem, it's white power. You see what I'm saying? That's the root of the problem, because in all these areas of activity, they're ran by white folks.
I see what you're saying, because they can't openly oppress, so they have to strategically
do it.
Damn.
Think about even with entertainment, bro. Let's go to entertainment, something more frivolous, right? Look at the NBA, look at the NFL, look at the NHL, look at any league. The majority of the owners.
I was just talking about the NBA's revenues and shit. Like, they're making bread.
I'm telling you, the majority of the owners are what? Are they black? No, they're white. All of them.
NFL, NBA, MLB,
all of that, bro. They're all white. All of them. You got one Arabic dude in the NFL, Shad Khan. You got one Michael Jordan.
Diddy and Jay-Z tried to buy Carolina, like the Panthers.
They didn't let them.
They didn't. Yeah, it didn't ever go through. Right. And then only Jordan with the Charlotte.
But then he got finessed.
He's the face owner. But he's not the main.
No, he was majority.
Yeah,
owner.
He was a majority owner, but he's not the absolute.
The absolute owner.
Yeah,
right.
Most of the other franchises are absolute.
A lot of them are. Yeah.
So he never had absolute.
Right. And on top of that, he got finessed out of.
He did Magic with the Dodgers. My bad. Yeah. He's also a partial owner.
He is a partial.
Jay-Z with the Brooklyn Nets,
and they're all minor owned. And Jay-Z only owns like 1 or 2%. Yeah. You know, it's some small, minute fucking number.
But yeah, go ahead. My bad.
No. But I was gonna say was like, and Jordan got finessed out of his ownership. He had to sell the team to the minority owners, and the minority owners are white. And the reason why he had to sell it. It's because it was some sort of gambling, like overspending of the budget or
some shit. Yeah, he's a big-time gambler, though. Jordan, he's always had gambling issues since he was playing. Like.
True.
I'm anti-gambling, but like, he be blowing that shit.
True, but it wasn't him this time. It was actually the other people in the organization that fucking, like, overspent the budget. Damn, so like he had to sell.
Shit.
Yeah, but right. But there's a conspiracy. I wouldn't even say conspiracy, but there's speculation that they did that on purpose to finesse him out of his majority.
Yeah, knowing that he has the record that he has, like he has a track record of already. So like it's easy.
It'd be easy to pin that, right?
To pin that on him because he's known for that.
Exactly. So they kind of use that against him to be like, hey man,
criminals, right? They
I'm telling you, that's white supremacy,
slipping through the cracks and shit.
That's systematic white supremacy, bro. That's white supremacy, dog.
That's crazy.
That's why it's important. We like the Chinese. We got to take notes from like the Chinese community, how they circulate their dollar. Like, dog.
It's sad to say because I'm anti-communism and socialism and anything like that. I'm more capitalistic.
No, right.
But then, like, when it comes to the Chinese community, the reason why they are the most like neutral, like not neutral, but I'll say like they're the most like anti-violent. Like, you don't ever hear China going to war with anybody because they are about them. They stay within themselves. They don't depend on external sources.
Right.
They rather external sources depend on them.
Right.
And they'll benefit off of those external sources depending on them. But they don't ever depend on other sources.
True.
Because they stay within themselves and they're so together.
They do.
That's what works. Yeah. Look at how like they are the next threat besides Russia is them. Right. When it comes to the U.S. and everything else.
Yeah, them as a country.
Because like their conglomerate within is so strong, bro.
Yeah.
Because they are togetherness at its peak.
Absolutely. And them as a community in America, like they know how to keep it within themselves. You know, of course they got their own gangs and shit.
Triads.
They got triads, Yakuza.
Yakuza in Japan. But Asia.
Right.
You know, like Vietnam, they have their shit. And Korea has their shit.
Of course. And they got their beefs over here with the gangs and stuff. But like, at the end of the day, they know how to stay on code enough to circulate their dollar to be able to build their own bank, their own Chinatown.
Yeah, exactly. Right. It comes back in full circle. You're talking about Chinatowns in all the major cities here.
That's facts.
Here. Yeah. It's not close to China, but they still have that much power here.
Yeah. And black people here could do that with their own communities.
Yeah, exactly. If they could do that all the way from there here, then we could have all these, we could have not Chinatowns, we could have black towns, whatever you want to call it. Like, we can have that in every major city where you just get nothing but African American culture shit.
Right. Absolutely.
All in that vicinity.
Absolutely.
That shit crazy.
Absolutely, man. But yeah, bro, like, yeah, it's white supremacy is a mofo. That's all I gotta say, man.
I never thought of it like a strategical white supremacy.
They have to be strategic.
Because I went because like automatically when you said white supremacy in America, I'm like, nah, not as a majority. But like when you put it at a strategical standpoint, from the media, because I always say the media is the fourth branch of government. There's literally a book called The Fourth Branch of Government. It's just talking about the media.
Yeah, right.
I started reading it. I need to finish the book, but it's a great book. I would recommend it, Wisdom Talk, that the fourth branch of government is the media, and they put these narratives. They're putting all these narratives of what's really going on without admitting what's going on, just so you can just follow it like a sheep or a puppet, just to just buy what they're saying as gospel. Because it's CNN saying it, it's Fox saying it, it's CBS, it's MSBC. It doesn't matter what. No matter if it's more heavy on the left side or the right side or conservative or liberal. They all have that hidden agenda, and that's what fucks me up with politics, because they are a byproduct of that. The media is a byproduct of the politics. But regardless of which is who, they all have hidden agendas.
That's right,
and that's why I can't get with Democrats or Republicans, because both of them don't really care about society as a whole. They all care about their certain demographic. Their own.
That's part of the reason why
I can't fuck with that shit.
That's part of the reason why I don't vote.
I don't vote either, exactly. And my mom always wants to make me vote, and she gives me my little registration. Hey, you got your registration? No, I hope you vote. Now I have to purposely lie to her. I went to vote just so she can get on my back, because I don't give a fuck, because our vote don't really matter.
It doesn't.
Because even if it goes in the favor, if the popular vote goes in the favor of what they don't like, they'll go back to the electoral.
Right, the electoral college is there to
check that.
To check the popular vote.
Exactly.
To a certain extent.
So what are we doing? if we actually all come together and vote for what we want, they can still check our shit. So it's I don't care. I just don't care, bro. That's why I can see the good and bad in all these presidents and everything like that. That's why I never saw Trump as an evil person. Or I never saw Obama as almighty, or nothing like that. Or instead of Bill Clinton is that guy, or whatever the fuck. The only president I can say was closest to actually caring about the people with JFK, and we saw what happened to him. And that's what I'm saying. It's he was the closest person to that. And
his nephew Robert Kennedy, he was on the map.
Yeah, I know. He's trying to run. He's trying to run. I know.
And he makes a lot of sense. I'm willing to hear him out.
He's the most rational of all the candidates that are possibly running. He's the most rational.
I saw him.
I can actually respect him the most.
I saw him on the Math Hoffa show. He was sounding deep.
Yeah, and he comes from that family. After all, his fucking dad got murked. His uncle got murked. And, it's these were the most rational. The Kennedys were the most rational, understanding, empathetic type of candidates and president. People. Of all of the politics, all these other people have hidden agendas, because even Obama articulates himself well. He was a savior from dealing with the George W. Bush shit. But at the same time, he started the whole trans thing and everything else like that. He was the one who was advocating towards those things too.
And he didn't really do shit for black people.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of people think just because he was black that he was doing shit for black people.
He didn't do a damn thing.
Obamacare is overrated. You don't know what you have to do, the process of getting Obamacare. That's what a lot of people don't understand. Oh yeah, but he did Obamacare to care about the people that doesn't have health insurance, but you don't understand the process of getting Obamacare. It's still yes, you can have health care if you work at a certain occupation, but to get Obamacare, you have to still go through a process of if you worked at that occupation, you still have to go through all of these loops and other things and sign all these paperwork and all these incentives just to eventually to hopefully get approved of Obamacare. And that's what people don't know. That's what Wisdom Talk for.
Yeah.
Podcast, man. It's to put people on game about what's really going on.
Facts.
So it's and I'm not even, and the saddest part is, the craziest part is, I would admit, I'm someone that not into politics, and I'm talking like this. I'm into politics just because I know the game. Because that's why I don't get into it, because I know it.
Yeah, because knowledge is power. Knowledge opens up everything, everything, man. When you have knowledge, you become a force, You grow, you become better.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what it is. That's what we have a common denominator as. Yeah. That we know better to just be to fall accustomed to these norms That oh yeah, you're either this side or that side. Yeah, black or white. Yeah. And it's like reality that is gray. It's not like absolute gray 50-50, but it's like shades of gray. That's why 50 Shades of Gray is a great great thing, right? Because it's really just different shades.
Right.
Which is the real reality of what we live in.
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I want to, while we've already talked about 2 of the 3 topics that we were going on, let's go into this dating thing.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, this is more of my specialty. So,
here we go.
Ariana Grande.
Shit.
So,
shit.
The reason why I bring her up is recently, she is trying to give her current boyfriend time to try to work it out with his family. Because he's married. This boyfriend from the movie Wicked that they're shooting is married with a 10-month-old child. And they're supposed to be happily married. And she's supposed to be engaged with another guy. And it comes out that they had a thing for one another. And now she's giving him space to try to work it out with with his family. After the fact that it's already been exposed that they were having a thing. The first fucked up part is that they were going on double dates with each other as like they would be with their spouses.
Okay.
And they would go on double dates with each other and act like they're just friends working on a set together. But they secretly were fucking around and like each other while they'll be with their spouses acting like, oh yeah, we're just on a double date.
They're on some
demon time. Evil shit. It's evil, bro. That's evil, bro. But
you know what? Let me tell you something. You know what a lot of people that are into that lifestyle would say? They'd be like, oh, we're just swinging, we're swingers. And so you don't rock with the swingers culture. You don't rock with that.
Not only I don't rock with the swingers culture, but it has to be mutually cordial and reciprocated. As far as they didn't know.
That's what I'm about to say. So the spouses that they had no clue. They were in the dark.
No.
Yeah, that's some hoe ass shit.
Yeah, exactly. That's evil. That's evil. You're over here.
That's some hoe ass shit.
They're flying their spouses out. They're flying their spouses to where they're doing their set, so they can have dinner together and act all cool. While they're over here secretly looking at each other I'm gonna tear your ass up.
Tear your ass up when we get back on set or when we get back to
the evil. That's evil. Hedonistic, degenerate, heinous acts, bro. I'm anti that shit, and because that hurts the others. And then when you go down the Ariana Grande resume, you see that she gets with one guy that was with before Mac Miller, which I'm gonna get into, Big Sean, which I'm gonna get into. She starts off dating one guy that she took from her ex. From the girlfriend. She seems to go for guys that are taken. And she fucks up the relationships because the guys choose her.
Homewrecker,
exactly. That's I literally posted it on Facebook, and the title of the clip that I posted is that Homewrecker. It shows her with a construction hat, destroyed home, Homewrecker. Yes, exactly. I watched that fucking clip, and it just shows how many different relationships she is destroying. And then and then you go to Mac Miller. Mac Miller was with his high school sweetheart for 10 years before he started dating her. And they're still in a relationship, and he dumps the high school sweetheart for her just so she could leave him.
Jeez.
And actually it was Big Sean before that. So let me go get my facts straight. So Big Sean was dating the girl from Glee.
Yeah.
And while dating the girl from Glee, Ariana Grande fancies Big Sean. He leaves the girl for Glee. A day later is seen with Ariana Grande.
Good.
So we already knew.
You know what that means, right? They were already
colluding.
They were already in cahoots with each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Prior to because the day after, come on, bro. No.
Day after. Apparently Pete Davidson as well was also in the mix of guys that she was dating, and he broke up with his ex for her.
Good.
And she exposed the same shit that they got together within a week. Yeah. And then the Mac Miller thing with the high school sweetheart for 10 years chooses her. And then Big Sean was trying to warn him about her too.
Was trying to warn Mac Miller.
Yeah, Mac Miller. Yeah. And then he was still just he was just hopelessly in love. And then whenever she broke up with him, she got back with a dude that she knew back in the day. And that was the dude that she was engaged with. that gets to the ultimate point of her cheating on that dude that she was engaged with. Exactly. And then, like, if you see what happened to Mac Miller from wherever he broke up with Ariana Grande, he got into these drugs and started doing pills and fentanyl and all this stuff. Downhill spiral, ultimately to his OD death.
Oh, to his demise.
So, like, you can say that she took him down that rabbit hole towards
She was a major catalyst to it.
She was a major catalyst to it. That's why she always felt the most guilty. That's why whenever she was reacting, she was all crying. Oh my God! Yeah, because
man, shut your ass up.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah, exactly. Your ass up. I don't have no mercy for bitches like that, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like, yo,
excuse me.
I don't give a fuck, man. Like,
it's like talk. Yeah, bro. And that's what. And then, like, if you notice how the general public media, how they portray Ariana Grande, she's like an angel.
Fuck all that. No, she'll still get that heat.
You know what she kind of reminds me of? It's fucking Keke Palmer. Because I had to find out that Keke Palmer dated Ty Dolla $ign and 21. I think 21 Savage or someone else. She dated all these other guys before she got with the baby that she's with now, and was still doing what she was doing with Usher. And the baby daddy felt away, bro. These are women that the general public. Oh, Keke Palmer, Ariana Grande, they're sweethearts. They're the sweet.
Fuck that.
They have like this. They have this.
They use innocence as their weapon of choice.
Yeah, man.
They use innocence as their deception tool.
Exactly.
To get what they need to get out of every relationship and keep bouncing around and moving on.
Bad, because like they're seeking that validation so bad that they're ruining other people's lives.
And see, women like that, they're so short-sighted because as they get older, they lose value.
Yeah.
But they don't understand.
Yeah. Now Keke Palmer's 30. Yeah. Ariana Grande is still in her late 20s, but she's gonna get there.
I mean, they may or may not have money.
Because there's a Kim Kardashian effect.
Right.
They're similar to her, like how they're doing the thing. Like, because Kim Kardashian been divorced 4 times?
Yeah, that's a
different marriages?
What legitimate man wants to be with a woman like that?
That's why, like, whenever I saw her and Tom Brady together, I knew Tom Brady just smashing. He took her
bro, they just smashing. I'm gonna get some money from this bitch. Like,
you know, his ex-wife Giselle is regretting. She started to regret leaving with Tom Brady.
Oh yeah, because I mean that was Tom Brady was the breadwinner. You know what I'm saying? He's
look,
not just the money, but
she was really the breadwinner because he was taking pay cuts. So his team could stay good.
But that's all she knows.
Still, like, but exactly,
that's all she knows.
He was still that dude. Like,
of course,
in the general public. We still respect Tom Brady more than
he's still respectable. For sure.
Exactly.
He is.
And like the fact that she left him because like he decided to come back another year instead of stay with her.
Right.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, but
after all these years, you gotta just divorce. Like she was looking for a scapegoat. She was really looking for a way out because she was really fucking around with that jiu-jitsu guy.
Right.
And that didn't work out.
Right.
So now, while you see Tom Brady fucking with young Russian models, and that shit didn't work out with jiu-jitsu guy, she's the one left hanging. Because Tom Brady's living his best life.
Right. He's living his best life. Right.
And the young Russian models and shit. Yeah. Tom Brady said nigga.
Yeah, he's chilling.
Like a single Tom Brady.
Yeah, Tom Brady.
He can have any girl he wants.
Bro, he can do whatever he wants to do.
So now she's salty.
That's her fault, though.
Yeah, bro.
That's her fault.
And that's the common denominator, like with how these women be thinking when they're in their prime or while they're young or vibrant and they got options and everything. They think they can have the world, they can have their cake and eat it too, and then like they get humbled.
Right.
They will all be humble. Like Keke will be humble. Apparently, she broke up with the baby daddy.
Of course she did.
Yeah.
Because it's all about now.
Yeah.
They don't think, these women don't think bigger picture. They don't think about big picture about themselves.
They're not thinking long term, man.
Yeah, they're not thinking. They don't think long term about themselves and how they will transition long term. How they will be long term as a woman. Like,
bro.
I mean, you may have money, but you see people with money, they still end up being depressed.
You know what's ironic is that I would think women would think long term because they want to have a family and children.
Not those women. Not those types. No, not the brain and mind of that type of woman.
But then a lot of women are adopting their behavior. So I'm starting to think a majority of women aren't thinking like that no more. Like they
because they're in a position of influence. That's why.
Yeah.
But see, it goes back to the individual, the regular citizen woman, to decipher, bad influence from good influence, right?
Yeah.
It goes back to the individual. So it's like, you don't have to follow Keke Palmer. You don't have to take that as gospel.
Exactly.
You don't have to take Ariana Grande's swag and energy as gospel. You know what I'm saying? That's just them being wild and wilding out and being lone wolves with the way they want to move and shit. Like, that's not tight to a man. To a high value man, that type of behavior is not cool. Like, we don't want to fuck with that. We don't want to rock with that. We may rock with it, like you said, with Tom Brady, the Tom Brady, Kim Kardashian example. We may want to rock with that as far as smashing, maybe getting a bag from her, she's helping out. You know what I'm saying?
But you would never, like, Tom Brady wifing, like, actually getting in a relationship.
He ain't gonna do that.
No.
And if he does that, he's a damn fool.
Yeah, we would call him out the next episode.
Oh, yeah.
If we hear anything about Tom Brady,
all the real niggas are gonna call you out. They're like, bro,
he'll get called by some of his friends. There's gonna be some of the people in his circle, they're good at, bro.
Facts.
Really, bro?
Facts.
Because, like, that's one thing you can count on guys for. There's gonna at least be some of your guy friends. There's gonna be some that are yes men. Hey, bro, go do you, bro. I got you, bro. But there'll be some of that, hey, man, I don't know about what you're doing, dog.
Yeah, the real ones will let you know. They'll let you know what time it is.
Bro. Yeah, Kim really... The one that dated Reggie Bush and Chris Humphries,
Ray J,
and Kanye, she was married to all the niggas and divorced by all the niggas, and she's still out here.
Who is the common denominator?
In her 40s, dog. She's
exactly. She's the one.
With all that plastic surgery, I seen her recently. I seen a clip of her recently on the Kardashians.
Yeah.
I look at her body and everything and the work. I'm like, bro. That shit ain't aging well, bro.
Of course it's not,
bro. That shit is so synthetic, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you see her legs, but then you see her hips and the ass, everything.
It's fucking ridiculous. It's not attractive, bro.
That's cold.
It's not. Bro. It's not attractive. But see, that goes back to what I said about the now mentality. It's like they're so wrapped up in the now that it affects their future.
I learned a thing about when people get their face done and stuff is that if you want to test if someone's got their face done, ask them to raise their eyebrows. Apparently they can't.
Like, they can't raise their
eyebrows. There's certain like facial expressions they can't make because they've had so much work done on the face, the Botox and all that shit.
Yeah.
And then you got lip injections and shit too.
I believe that shit.
Like one of my coworkers, she gets lip injections every 3 to 6 months.
Now there's some lip injections that I've seen that I don't mind it, but it's the out of hand shit. When anything that's like cosmetic work, I don't have a problem with it. It's just when y'all go overboard, it's like
but you have to keep up with it too. That's the thing.
You got to keep up with it.
You don't know how much it costs?
No, it's not cheap. It's not cheap. None of it.
Like, lip injections are anywhere from $600 to $1,800.
Yeah.
And you have to get them done like at least twice a year, if not 3 to 4 times a year.
Sure, right.
And you're doing that just to keep your lips looking plush and like all, succulent and shit, like bigger and more poppy.
Right.
It's like, that's crazy, bro.
There's this white chick I used to mess with. She has some good like lip injections. Like, they look legit. I was like, okay, yeah, that looks like whoever did that work, good.
Yeah,
fantastic.
my homegirl, I want her, I'm going to have her on the podcast too, low key, because I want her, when she comes on the show, I want us to do like an E-date thing. So where we call guys, they're like pineapple. You ever heard that?
No, I haven't heard of it.
So it's pretty much the concept is like we introduce her and then we have random guy callers call in and try to shoot their shot. And it's like a split screen. And like the guys call in and then they're like a Zoom call or a FaceTime.
Yeah.
Her and they're talking. And then like if she not feeling dude, pineapple is the term for like next.
Okay.
The next caller has a caller. So like that's why I've already presented her that deal like back when we first started.
Yeah. Okay.
I wanted to do that. Yeah. She's that type of girl. Like she's an attractive girl. She is a single mom, but. Like,
that's the thing. This is the thing. Let me say this about single motherhood too. Like, it's not for men. It's not a problem that you're a single mom. It's the fact that what are you doing to increase the value of this, make it more enticing for a man to want to come into that. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, that's like exactly what it is.
That's what I'm saying.
I couldn't put label on it, put words together to say what you just said.
Yeah.
Like that's exactly
what are you doing to make it enticing for a genuine real man to want to come into that cipher, to come into that circle?
Because at the end of the day, like you're playing with a disadvantage because you have a child. So like it is true. I know. The truth is that you have to prioritize that child. You're not as available as a woman that doesn't have a child. So what are you gonna do to compensate for that? That's really where it comes from. It's not like single moms are down and out and they don't get the same options or anything. It's just that if you're still moving like a regular woman while you have a child, if you still demanding the same thing as someone that doesn't have a child when you have a child, and expecting the same thing,
and you're demanding the same thing as a younger person, someone that's younger than you that doesn't have a child.
Yeah, that's like you're playing you're tripping. Yeah, exactly. There's a level of delusion. It's why would he settle with you if he can say it like something like you that doesn't have a child? So you have to compensate for that. So you gotta be more submissive and more supportive of that man.
You gotta go the extra mile.
You have to go above and beyond. You have to show that guy that you're worth it. You can't just demand the same results while the guy has to sacrifice your priorities and everything. Right. It's okay, I want to hang out with you today, but you don't have a babysitter, so you can't. But that other girl would just been down,
right?
Where you weren't down is that's the whole point of the matter, though.
Right? Yeah. I agree, man.
Because I don't want to count single moms out, but it's whenever
I don't count them out.
Yeah, I don't count them out either.
I've been with women that are single parents.
Yeah, me too. You know
what I'm saying? And again, it just goes back to you got to consistently make sure that this is an enticing bubble that this man just hopped into, because especially a man that doesn't have a child himself.
Yeah, right? That's the main thing too.
A single ass dude who's is trying to, if not on top of his shit. You know what I'm saying? Striving to be greater, better version of himself. Single dude with no child. And you're attracted to that dude. You got to make sure you make it enticing. You know what I'm saying? You got to make sure that, hey, this is the right move. Having a child and maybe baby daddy.
I can anecdotally bring up an example right now is that my homie that used to live in the Gallo that now lives in Cyprus. His girlfriend, single mom. But you want to know what his girlfriend does? Hold him down, full support in whatever he does.
Good shit.
She works still, and she works. Ironically, she works with CPS. So he takes her to work. But besides taking her to work and pick her up,
ironically,
I know exactly. It is a form of irony. But besides picking her up and taking her to work and pick her up, she does everything for this motherfucker.
Yeah, right.
Hold this man down, and she brings peace more than anything. She's non-combative. Even when all the friends are around, she's not over here trying to act like one of the fellas. So she knows her place and everything else, and she tries to make sure we're all good and everything. Almost like some Muslim shit, because Muslim women are with their husbands, they will cater and make sure not just their husband but their husband friends are all good.
They're making sure everyone is straight.
Exactly. She is trying to make she's the peace. She is the every now and then she might chime in, but she ain't just trying to engage with all the fellas like she's one of the fellas and trying to fit in where she get in where she can fit in and try to act like a dude and she's not over here trying to embarrassing her man.
It comes off like overcompensating.
Yeah, exactly. And she's not over here calling him. She never calls him out in front of us or anything or nothing like that. It's full on submissive support.
That's what's up.
And that as a single mom is how you compensate.
That's how you equalize and even the playing field, right? That's how you equal it out. Right.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. So she does it well. Shout out to you, Taylor. You're a great woman.
Shout out to Taylor. Shout out to ya.
Yes.
Shout out to
you, because she holds down my boy Rob.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, it was. I don't know if you remember the main one I talked to at the end when we were leaving in the back when we were driving out. The white boy,
dude, right?
And then his girl.
Okay, the short girl.
Yeah, exactly.
That's her.
That's her.
Oh shit. Her. Okay,
that's a great example of.
Okay, yeah.
She's a single mom, but she
be holding them down.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. So
okay,
that's the ideal. Okay. That's a great representation of a single mom that understands like how to move accordingly from being a single mom. And still get the best out of life. Because my boy is well off. He's good, man. He's a 6-figure dude, well off. They have a house together and everything out there in Cyprus. They moved from that Gallo area to Cyprus in the house. They moved from having a little loft apartment place in Gallo to having a 2-story house in Cyprus. Okay. And they're doing it. They're making it work. It's a great balance of the two. Yeah. And it's a great example of how most single moms should move in order to get the same level of respect that they desire.
Right.
Because otherwise, if you're over here like a cocky ass single mom, niggas just get recreational use only. You're just gonna be pumped and dumped.
Yeah, you're gonna be used, abused, and by yourself. That's what you're gonna do.
Short-term relationship, nothing less.
And I want to say this too, like, for me personally, like, I don't mind you trying to vibe with the guys like that, but there is a threshold now.
Yeah.
Like, understand. Like, don't fucking, like, overstep the fucking threshold now of, like, trying to be too much like the guys. Like, because then you start, it comes off like you're, like, you wear the pants.
Level of
I wouldn't say disrespecting the man.
Assertiveness is a level of assertiveness that it's like all of us men demand.
It's like an indirect sunning. You know what I'm saying? Like you're trying to indirectly sun your dude, and it's like, dude, nah, fuck that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
because like the guys, their friends, the other guys that are around, they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's like whoa.
Should we say something? Because if he's not saying something, then we can't say something.
Right.
If we do say something, then he's gonna direct it to.
You're overstepping too much, bro. Exactly. Like that's whack.
And literally, that's what he went through with his last girlfriend before her.
Yeah.
And the irony is that she wasn't a single mom.
Yeah.
But she felt like she had to assert herself so much that it came off hella disrespectful.
Right.
And now he's found that place with his now woman.
Yeah.
And ironically, she's a single mom because she's just been humbled. She's been humbled to a point where she knows.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. And sometimes those types of women need to be humbled. They need to learn the hard way because it's like, dude, like you keep overstepping.
That's why
you keep doing it, and it's like that's why you're by yourself. You have all these mental like barriers in your head. You overthink now. It's because of your actions. It's like what you're doing to the men that come into your life or the main man. It's like you keep sunning him like to a certain degree. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and that's why I appreciate Beverly, my male sister. I appreciate her going to Muslim. Like, she converted from Christian to Muslim. Yeah. And I noticed changing her. Like, she's a lot more, like, not just submissive, but, like, more feminine. She's not as combative.
There's more of a feminine decorum about her energy.
She's not confrontational.
Right, you're not.
She used to be like about that life, like go back and forth and be hella disrespectful. But now she's like real wholesome and modest and shit.
It's not to say that she won't defend herself.
But
exactly. She's more willing to like be in the cut and just like kind of lay back and see what happens.
Exactly. Let's watch the masculine man leading her.
She's more susceptible.
And that's her current boyfriend help convert her and stuff. And and like I noticed that she trusts that guy, and like as a byproduct, she trusts the men in her life. And she doesn't she until she sees wrong, she's gonna trust the process.
There we go.
So
trust the process,
huge. Right? I've seen it. I told her one of these days. I was like, man, I noticed that since you converted, I appreciate your conversion because I was like, I've seen a lot change in your character, and like me and her used to clash a lot,
right?
And to a point where we wouldn't talk for a while, and it's been a long time since that. So,
that's what's up.
It's because of that. I like cause and effect. I can see it.
That's what's up.
So it's crazy. It's like 40 something right now. We got like 17. I got 17 minutes. Excuse me.
We got some people on the live that checked it out. Shout out to the people on the live. Shout out to y'all.
I'm gonna send you the little thumbnail with the.
I want to say this too. Shout out to my man. That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
She got the little construction hat on and everything.
That's hilarious. Yeah. I want to say this too, by the way. Shout out to my man Joe Brown, a former coworker of mine. We're gonna kick off a podcast. We're gonna do it in here actually.
Is that the one, the Pakistan one?
No. Shout out to Yasin too. That's his name, the Pakistani guy. Yeah. Dope ass dude. But shout out to you, Joe. We're gonna kick this podcast thing off. You know what I mean? It's gonna be.
He's gonna be one of our guests.
Yeah. You can come on as a guest. You can come on as a guest, Joe. Yeah. Come through. Because me and him have been talking about it. He wants to kick it off too. Like he wants to
start one.
Yeah, me and him want to start one. It's gonna be like heavily like black focus, like it's gonna be like one of those things. Yeah, for so I'm not saying this is that Wisdom Talk is great, but that one's gonna be more like politically
black centric.
Yeah, it's gonna be more pro black, like from music to businesses to talking about empowerment. You know,
apparently the BET Awards happened, and I guess Tyler Perry officially bought BET.
Oh, it's official now?
I guess so. And,
wait, when did you hear this?
I heard that BET Awards happened recently, and some shit went down at the BET Awards. I know one thing was Boosie was drunk at the BET Awards.
Are you talking about wait? Are you talking about like the BET Awards that honored Busta Rhymes? Are you talking about that? Or this is another?
This past BET Awards. I don't know if that. The Busta Rhymes honoring.
Yeah, because there was like a lifetime achievement where he got the lifetime
that's usually a BET Awards and lifetime achievement. So it's probably the same
one. Okay,
yeah, it's probably the same one.
Okay.
Apparently something else happened. I can't put it off the top of my head, but something happened during the BET Awards. I know Christiana Rock, the one that was with the baby. I mean with Blueface. She had front row seats. But it was something that happened. One of the City Girls is dating Uzi Vert.
Oh,
and she embarrassed him.
Yeah, I heard about that.
He ends up apologizing to her at the awards, and he's like, I'm so sorry. Because it had to do with Ice Spice. Cause he made a bar. He said a bar about Ice Spice, and then when she saw him talking to Ice Spice at the awards, she put him on blast and just like went off on him.
Yeah.
And then like later on you see him on his knees apologizing to her.
Jesus, he was on his knees.
He was on his knees. Begging for
forgiveness. Get the fuck out of here, bro. If you're gonna wear the black hat, wear the black hat, nigga. Like real talk, bro. Like if you want to be the villain, then be the villain.
Yeah, because like if you're gonna put Ice Spice on the bar while you're with another female rapper,
well, you trying to be a villain then?
Yeah, exactly. That's already playing devil's advocate type of villainous shit.
That's villain shit,
and then he doubled down once he got embarrassed.
Bro,
once he
then you might as well wear the black hat.
Yeah, if you're gonna go one way, then you gotta stick with that way.
Dog, I'm just saying, don't be baiting with it.
Both sides of that was some beta shit.
Some real beta shit, bro.
Uzi Vert was all week, and that girl from City Girls, I don't know which one it was, but she looked like she was running that relationship. It looked like she's running the relationship. He looked like
because he didn't really check her.
He looked like a bitch nigga.
He looked like a bitch nigga. He looked like a beta ass nigga. Like he didn't check her. You could have checked her in a stance of like, look, I did say that. You're right. I did that. Right. And I'm gonna just be real. Let's bring it back to me and you. Like I don't think this is a good relationship. You know, he could have made it go full circle and be like, well, I guess this is the time for me to let you know what's up.
Yeah, exactly. Like just addressing this situation as is.
Yeah, just address it. Should be like, look, I wasn't really feeling this relationship anyway. Like I'm sorry.
Even if it's not towards like ending the relationship, but just addressing it. Just pointing out the fact like, I did what I did, and
that's what I'm saying.
I did it for this reason. If you feel a type of way, then we can end it. That's where it goes to the end, like where you're getting to that ultimatum type of shit.
Yeah, right.
Like it's just like there's a lack of structure when it comes to like these public figures. A lot of these male public figures lack that structure or foundation to actually get behind.
Like a Zion. Remember we
exactly. Like Zion, how he's supposed to be a future face of the NBA.
They were talking about trading that nigga. You heard about the packages that the potential packages? Yeah. He might be on the trading block, low key.
Yeah.
I mean,
we'll see. But like the Zions and the
John Moran that's like lack of like guidance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Proper guidance.
It's a good minimum right there, man. It's just pretty sad, man, because like these are people that the future is looking up to, and then they're seeing how they're not holding frame.
But to be fair though, the niggas that are younger than them, you know what I'm saying? Like the youngins, like we still got OGs out here that know how to use YouTube, that know how to get their platform out there. So there is a chance for those young cats to look to people like us, or look to the people above us, you know what I'm saying, for guidance, because they got podcasts, they got YouTube, they got Spotify, they got, you know what I'm saying? So there's a chance to kind of...
There are still a few Gen X that have platforms.
Right.
And then us millennials, Gen Y, whatever you want to call it. And then you have the Gen Z, which are like the up and coming. Well, we're the current, they're the up and coming. And then the Gen Alpha are the kids. Well, you know, like literally like my nephew that's 6 and stuff. That's Gen Alpha and all that.
Yeah.
And those are the ones that you want to reach first. Before the Gen Z. The Gen Z is a byproduct of the Gen Alpha.
Right.
And so on and so forth. So I just see that effect. Yeah, I just see the path we're heading towards. Contrary towards the effect. And it's just like, man, there's a lot to take in. I'm just saying, there's a lot to take in, man.
Yeah, man. It's
because even before you brought up Zion, I was thinking of another name I can't just think of. It just escaped me, man. I'm like, fuck.
But that's why, while you're thinking about it, that's why this platform like this is important. You know? In the podcast, I'm going to start, you know, the Recognize podcast. I'm going to start with Joe, you know, soon. It's important to have those platforms. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's important to give a guidance tool. You know what I'm saying? Like, we put that out there, and it's, you know.
Exactly. Because, like, I think I talked about it a little bit on that, on the recent episode, the Tom Holland shit.
I think was that last episode you brought that up?
Yeah.
Okay.
About how he was like supposed to be that up and coming actor, and he did the Uncharted thing and the Spider-Mans, and then he did that one role, and it showed him just being, you know,
handled. Yeah, bro.
Handled by a dude with eyeshadow and shit, and then he had to take a break. He had to take but he tried to do the right thing by society terms. And like, hey, if someone could play that role, it would be someone that's respected like me, and then he lost respect from that role to a point where he felt so ashamed that he had to take a break.
Thomas Holland, no. A good Spider-Man, no.
I know.
No,
but like that's just like the trajectory of what a lot of the men are heading towards, man.
Right.
If they don't like man up and like call it out like the Andrew Tates and stuff.
Sure, right.
And like and not get like you have to deal with the scrutiny you're gonna have to deal with, but you know right from wrong, and you have to stick to your guns.
You have to have a backbone, man.
Yeah,
like, stop being like stand on something or fall for anything. You know
that's what helped motivate us towards creating this podcast, is that we were tired of just having to filter ourselves. We know better.
Right.
But like we can only say so much on Facebook and on social media.
Typing and all that. This is a better way to articulate and elaborate verbally on camera. Like, this is how we really feel for real. This ain't no Facebook shit. It ain't no social media shit. We're
not being politically correct to a degree. We're not holding back.
Right. No, this is open. This is open season over here. You know what I'm saying? This is open season.
For those people that don't like what we're saying, they're gonna have to listen to this shit.
Or uncomfortable. If they get uncomfortable about what we say, then hey, that's on you. That goes back to your lack of.
And that could make you address. Not naming anyone. The point that you're gonna make.
Yeah. So I just, you know, it goes. Speaking of uncomfortable, like it just goes back to being, you know, let's address uncomfortability, right? So if anybody's uncomfortable about how we operate on this platform, how we speak, how we're open about anything, if you're uncomfortable about it, that's not a reflection on us or what we have a perspective on or our opinions. It's really a reflection more on you. This is more on you, okay? Like, because we either gonna speak our mind, speak truth to power, or we're gonna have our perspective and our opinion. Now, your uncomfortable perspective and you have your own opinions too. You're uncomfortable. That's why you're uncomfortable, because you your perspective is against what we're saying.
Yeah, exactly.
So, if that's the case, anybody, come on. You know what I'm saying? Come on this couch. If you got come on this couch. Let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
You can rebuke it here.
Right. Exactly. Come on the show. You can talk about it here. But I just want to go back to a major thing about uncomfortability, the deeper root of it, right? So uncomfortability stems from insecurity, lack of knowledge, lack of something. Like there's something missing, something that's making you you're not cohesive enough inside to let this roll. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't want to be in that energy for some reason. Right. So how do you get uncomfortable? Well, you get uncomfortable by learning. You get uncomfortable by listening. You get uncomfortable by giving your 2 cents, having a conversation, discussing, talking, right? Communicating. That's how you break those uncomfortable barriers, uncomfortable shields, right?
Exactly.
So, yeah, man, like I just wanted, just with people in general, like, and again, stand on it. Like going back to what you said, stand on your perspective, stand on your opinion, stand on your perspective, be consistent, right? Expound upon it, learn, add to it. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that.
Like you were saying,
we're not uncomfortable about anybody's comments on the episodes.
And you want to know why? Because we've gotten comfortable being uncomfortable.
Exactly. So when on the comment section of any of these episodes on any platform, I'm not going to get uncomfortable. I welcome it.
Yeah.
Like, please bring your opinion and perspective.
Please.
We will, if I see it, I may comment and go back and forth, whatever, or you may end up on the show. I don't know.
But I'm open to listening to any and everything.
That's what I'm saying. That's a fact. That's a fact.
I got all sorts of people lined up.
Right. I'm trying to get this. I'm trying to get this one dude, man. He's an NOI guy. I'm trying to get him on for real. That's going to be a crucial ass.
Like I was mentioning, I got a homie that is non-binary. And I can't wait to have that.
Okay.
And he's willing. He's so thrilled to come on.
Yeah.
But he lives in Texas City.
Okay.
So like it's the whole green process. But like we've even discussed that we might either have to Zoom call or Discord.
Yeah.
Have him on like as a video call type of thing if necessary. Just so
I wonder what he feels about
talking.
I wonder how he feels about Ezra Miller and all the shit that he's been getting into. I wonder how he feels about that.
Yeah, exactly. And he's an intellectual individual who will know.
Yeah. I want to know his perspective on that.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, like I said, man, like I'm not uncomfortable about your perspective. I never will be uncomfortable about anybody's perspective. I don't give a damn about what it's about.
I'm open for anything to have that discussion.
Right. I don't care about it. I don't care about about you delivering me your perspective on whatever we're talking about. It doesn't bother me. I just know that the truth doesn't care about any of our feelings.
Yes. Fuck your feelings.
Yeah, the truth.
The truth will set you free.
It will set you free. And I'm going to say it again. The truth does not care about your feelings.
Reals over feels.
Man, hold up.
It's all about what's real.
Man,
reality over how you feel like.
Right.
Like that's why like whenever
uncomfortability is rooted in feeling.
Yeah.
It comes from feeling. Like you feel a certain way, that's why you're uncomfortable.
Man.
Like that's what I'm saying. So like fuck your feelings. Like real talk, fuck your feelings. That's not what this is wisdom talk.
Yeah.
Wisdom has nothing to do with feelings.
Yeah. It's about right and wrong.
You know what I'm saying?
It's about knowledge and power.
Thank you.
It's like
exactly.
You can live in your delusion and your lies and everything else and feel comfortable in your little bubble.
But the only way you're gonna grow is if you become uncomfortable to grow.
And step outside of that box.
Right. You gotta get out of your comfort zone and get uncomfortable and relish in that so you can grow. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like so yeah, man. Like hey, I welcome it. Straight up. I welcome it. I actually want the smoke with a lot of people intellectually. I'm saying intellectual smoke, meaning like you sit on this couch, you bring your side, we'll bring my side, and then the truth is going to be in the
middle. We find that common ground. Right. Because like I was saying on another episode, I was like, there's three perspectives. There's those two different parties' perspectives, and then there's truth that seems to lie in between.
Right.
It could be heavily on one side or another.
Right.
but it's not 100% on one side or the other.
And I'm willing to side wherever truth goes.
Yeah, exactly.
If the truth can be against what I personally feel, but if the truth exposes,
if you can convince us otherwise and actually have some evidential proof,
right,
that we can't deny,
right,
then we will defer. We'll be like, all right, you got that, you got that. That's a good point. You got that. You can prove that shit,
right,
with some credible shit. Then
or just make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Make it make sense. Whatever your perspective
is. If it adds up, then
adds up. Right. Exactly.
But if you're over here just shitting bullshit, we're gonna call you out.
And it's all about your feelings. It's like, dude, I mean, respectfully speaking, this isn't about your feelings, bro. Like, we're having a discussion, bro or sis, ma'am, sir. Like, it's not about your feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like this is about truth, empowerment, justice, what's right, what's wrong, and that could be anything from, like, what we talked about, from dating to Black empowerment, to music, to sports, whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, hey,
because I realized this too, just as a side note, is that a lot of like the feminist arguments is like, it roots with some our Black arguments, like that racism argument, and like they try to use. A lot of times I noticed that a lot of feminist people, a lot of feminism and feminist people, especially modern day, they try to compare their oppression to Black people.
Hell no.
And that's what triggers me the most. That's what triggers me the most.
Get the fuck out of here.
Whenever they try to like compare women oppression to Black people oppression, and that's what triggers me the most. Because like, when was women ever slaves?
Besides Black women. Black women.
Exactly, Black women that had to be slaves with the other Black people.
Right. They were with the other.
All Black people were slaves.
All of us were. Even the children.
Exactly. It wasn't no gender difference.
They all got lumped up.
Man and women as oppression, and try to use the analogy of slavery in the comparison to feminism. It's just like that. Fucks me up, because it's like it's a level of disrespect towards the actual oppressed Black people and slaves that were actually going through the shit for hundreds of years and shit. Like, I'm like, what? You really try to compare feminism to racism?
That's crazy.
Shit.
That's crazy. Get the fuck out.
And if you think about when feminism started, is around the time that civil rights, the civil acts started.
Exactly. Because they were, you know why, right? Because they got envious of the Black community.
Yeah.
About to get some rights.
To get benefit off of.
They branched off and decided to start their own quote unquote civil rights liberation group, aka the feminist movement, with Margaret Sanger's racist ass.
Yeah, man. And feminism did not support Black women. It was like white women at first.
They used Black women to buffer up their agenda.
Exactly.
Oh, you're a woman too.
That's what they don't admit, is that feminism was really racist.
It was.
It was just a white woman.
Margaret Sanger was like the main one. She was the main.
Care about the Black women that was oppressed.
Hell no. Because all the benefits that she would get from feminism, she wouldn't deviate that off to the Black women. She would deviate off back to the white man that she was going to go sleep with. That's what it was.
And then when you think about it in modern day, feminism, like the feminists are supporting the trans athletes and stuff.
Yeah.
And shit, like trans people. But then these trans people are winning women awards now.
Right.
And it's like, the defeats the purpose of the women that are biologically women that had to grind. Yeah. And then over here have to defer their awards to a biological man.
Speaking of, that makes me bring up 2 points. You heard about that one transgender person getting banned?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Shit, I forgot what
something Thomas. Something. I forgot what swimming. He's a swimmer.
Yeah, the swimmer one.
Yeah, I think he's a swimmer.
It popped up on my.
He's banned. They banned his ass.
Yeah.
They banned his ass from participating.
They banned the model too, like a pageant.
Oh, for us.
Yeah, they did that too. They did a pageant person.
What was his name?
They banned the pageant person too from competing in pageants as a biological.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they did that too. Well, yeah, that swimmer dude was ranked like in the 200s as a male. Yeah. Became number one as a woman.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's absurd, dog. I don't agree with that. I'm gonna be honest, y'all. Audience, that's whack, bro. Why don't you go into your own league? If y'all want to be,
that's why that's
get in y'all's own fucking league.
Yeah, they should start a trans league, just like they should have a trans restroom.
Yeah, they get into their own division, a trans division.
Or like, why are trans women in women locker rooms?
Nah, bro.
Like, bro, that's like
fuck that.
Crazy. I don't care. Like, I'm not the one to like judge those people or judge anyone in the LGBTQ or anything like that. I don't judge none of them.
Right.
I love all people the same.
Sure.
Generally speaking.
Right.
But there's a respect factor, and there's like an integrity thing, and there's like there's a moral ethic code that you can't just cross, and that they're trying to think. Crossing they're trying to normalize that crossing that should never be crossed. Nah, that's why I'm anti.
Yeah, bro.
I'm anti-evil, and that's some evil shit.
But it's like they have a level of testosterone in their system that women will never have.
Even though they try to suppress it with all these pills, and
it doesn't matter. Your muscle structure,
you still are like exactly.
You're gonna be stronger.
And they have to look up your bones and everything. They're gonna still identify you.
Yes, exactly.
Biology.
You have an XY. It's an XY.
Yeah, X and XY chromosome. It's like there's a difference.
Right.
So it's like you can feel how you feel,
right?
But that's what comes back to feels versus real.
Exactly.
It's not reality. It's just not. It doesn't equate.
Exactly.
I can't.
I'm telling you, bro. Like, and then that led me to my second thing, which is, do you know who Malika Andrews is on ESPN?
Fuck that bitch.
Yo.
She's the female Uncle Tom. She hates black people.
She is trash.
She hates black people.
She's trash.
That draft day shit? Oh. The Ime Udoka shit?
Yeah.
The dude that replaced Ime Udoka shit?
Oh my gosh, bro.
And then like whenever the black males would try to call her out, she just nips some of the. She even tried to embarrass Stephen A. Smith on.
And Stephen A. checked her. Yeah, he did check her.
Hey, what the fuck?
Yo, she's so trash, bro. And she got a promotion.
And now she's the face of the finals.
Dog.
Mike Greenberg from Mike and Mike. We grew up on.
Yeah.
He was removed.
That's crazy.
Fired, and now she's the face of the NBA Finals.
She's smashing somebody in that company, bro.
Of course. And maybe he's one of them boys. Maybe he's one of them boys. I don't know.
Of course he does.
I'm speculating, but maybe he's one of them boys.
Yeah.
Because Disney or ESPN, and you see how much money Disney's lost.
Yeah, right.
Because of their woke culture shit.
And rightfully so. Don't stop woking up Marvel. Stop the woke shit because you're losing money. The woke shit is not helping you.
You know what fucked me up is that I didn't want to see it this way, but like Black Widow being Scarlett Johansson, who's an attractive and nice actress,
one of my crushes.
Yes,
one of my crushes.
But she's like a 5'3", like maybe like 125.
Yeah.
And she's fucking a grown ass man that's supposed to be trained in these movies. And it's like, what's the odds in reality of a woman, no matter how trained, to fuck up other trained dudes, multiple in one scene?
But I will say this. To be fair, if you look at her fighting style and the choreography, she's like doing a lot of monkey back riding, jumping on people's heads.
She's using her weight against them.
Exactly. It's not like she's hand-to-hand combating a lot of these dudes. Like
blow for blow.
She's like wrapping her whole entire body on someone's arm and then
especially in that type of shit. Especially in that one Avengers where she was supposed to be like captured. And then that was the main one where I really noticed that the most. She's supposed to be tied up, and then she started using her weight. Their weight against them.
So they strategically and cleverly choreographed her like. The way her fighting style was like more like monkey.
Yeah, exactly.
Like she would grab and
she's using her little weight and like her, her nimbleness to like take advantage of the more rolly, stiffer guy.
Exactly. So that I could give it somewhat of a pass with that type of choreography. But when a woman is like straight hand-to-hand combating, out-strengthening, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that shit pissing me
body
off,
slamming a grown ass.
I can't unsee that shit. After that shit was pointed out, I was like, man, I don't know anyone. Like, even like, that's why whenever there was a thing about Rhonda Rousey could beat Floyd Mayweather. That was a thing.
Stop.
That was a thing. And then most of the people were choosing Rhonda Rousey. Because she's MMA.
Stop it.
But that's a man and a woman, dog. And no matter what, she can have all that mixed martial arts shit.
Right.
But this nigga that's a boxer,
right,
that's the same size, and there's a male and a female.
She's gonna fuck her up.
She's gonna try and grab him. One strike, slap.
She's a bantamweight. She weighs like 130 pounds?
She was doing 135. He was fighting at 145.
He's only on 145, 155 sometimes.
Heavier, and he's a male.
Right. No.
Why was that even a debate, bro?
That's one thing I don't like about WWE, how they make the women out muscle and over, body slam. Like with Rhonda Rousey.
It's bad encouragement because a lot of these women are taking that in. Like they think that they can beat guys.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's why they do be trying guys.
And even Rhonda Rousey in WWE, how she's be handling Triple H. I remember the WrestleMania where The Rock was there. Yeah, she hip tossed that nigga. I'm like, bro, stop it.
Because
Triple H is like 6'4".
Triple H is the new Vince McMahon. I guess he's running the shit. Vince McMahon.
He's the head of creative.
Yeah, exactly.
Vince McMahon is still there though.
Yeah, he's still there as the higher chairman, but he's the face now. Triple H is more of a face.
He's the head of creative.
They show him more.
Sure.
As that same level as they used to show Vince McMahon. That's how they show.
They're trying to warm him up to it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then of course he's with his daughter. Right. Stephanie McMahon.
And he strategically did that too.
Yeah, he did that.
I ain't gonna lie, Triple H. I like Paul Levesque. That's his real name, by the way. Paul Levesque. I like you, bro, but you kind of did China wrong. I ain't gonna lie.
No, he chose Stephanie over China.
You did China wrong.
Was in love with him.
I know.
And that's when she went through that surreal life. She went through the reality show and downhill spiral after post Triple H.
He kind of did China wrong, man.
China and Triple H was that thing.
Right, they were.
They were that thing.
They were actually they were dating for real.
They were that thing. Yeah, they were legit.
Triple H, him being the opportunist. Yeah, the opportunist. He went after the boss's daughter, and the rest is history.
We know. The ones that been watching wrestling.
Oh yeah, we know.
Generation and all that shit.
Yeah.
NWO and all that shit.
Oh, facts.
Those who know.
We know, bro. We know.
There's the young bucks that are watching it nowadays. Yeah. Kofi Covington and Roman Reigns and shit.
I know. Yeah, they don't
know. But we know.
We know.
The whole Hogan niggas.
Oh yeah. We know what time it is. Oh yeah. We already know.
And all them niggas, Macho Man, Randy Savage, we know. Ric Flair, Leonard King, Ryder, yeah, we know. We know, dog. So it's just like. We see the game.
To beat the man, you gotta beat the man. You gotta beat the man.
Talking to the Lamborghini rider, Will and Dylan, son of I spent more money on
Lamborghini riding, Will and Dylan. Girl stealing, son of a gun. Yeah,
exactly. He was on that reality show. Like even Swole posted that shit. When Booker T and Stevie Ray were the Harlem Nights. He said nigga backstage when he goes.
Hey, what was the white lady's name that was with him?
The girl that was with him.
She was laughing. Like she was rubbing his shoulder and she laughed when he said that. When he said
like their manager or something. Their manager.
When he said, "Oh, Cookie, we're coming for you now. We're coming for you, nigga. We're coming for you now." She laughed. She rubbed his shoulder like.
She's still in the scene. She's like, let me rub your shoulders a little bit.
Booker T know he fucked up. He was like, oh shit.
He was so embarrassed. It's literally Swole's fucking thumbnail. Him in the act of fucked up.
Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.
We coming for you, girl. He's like, oh shit. I just call this nigga a nigga. National television.
Dog, that's classic. Classic.
Yeah, bro, that was a no, bro. So that's why we could speak on what we speak on.
Facts.
Because we've seen the transition in the game. We've seen the history. We know the history.
Exactly. I know The Rock had a lot of people in the dressing room were jealous of The Rock, especially DX.
Exactly. You've seen that documentary too, right?
Billy Gunn, Road Dogg, even Triple H was jealous of The Rock too.
Exactly. And he has a show. He mentions it on the show too that he has on like NBC.
Yeah. He had a little jealousy towards The Rock, and I think that's one of the things he kind of regretted, low key. like having that kind of like angst towards The Rock as they're coming up. That was one of the things
That's why they had like, the Generation X and the Federation.
The Nation Domination.
The Nation Domination. That's why a lot of it formed from that.
Right.
That divide.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Man, like, might as well make it into a narrative and like make them against each other if they already don't like each other because they can see the hidden agendas between one another.
Yeah, right.
So
a lot of people, even Bret Hart warned, like he kind of took The Rock under his wing. Yeah, and Bret Hart was
Bret Hart's one of the rulers. That's why like he has a lot of controversy with WWF, with WE.
Yeah,
he doesn't get the same revered respect.
He doesn't because he was real as fuck.
And he stuck with guns. After all, his little brother fucking died.
Yeah, and Owen Hart was a real one too.
Exactly. So Owen Hart was a real one, like his brother.
That's why he rode with the Nation. Owen Hart was in the Nation.
He was a fucking white boy. He was a fucking white boy, dog. Man, was still rolling with the brothers.
Yeah.
People don't know.
Bret Hart used to take The Rock on to like talk shows and shit. Like he took The Rock.
Yeah, he took him under like a mentor.
Yeah, and then that's why The Rock did the sharpshooter. It was to pay homage to him.
Of course.
Yeah,
that's the original sharpshooter.
Yeah.
Bret Hart.
Yep. And so like Bret Hart, like I remember Bret Hart in an interview. He used to talk about how he used to speak to The Rock when he was young. He used to be like, "Hey man, I just want to let you know, you gotta be careful moving in these locker rooms because there's a lot of people here that are jealous of you." Bret Hart said he used to tell The Rock this shit.
Yeah.
And like, he's like, "Yo man, because you got enormous talent, your potential's like through the roof. Like, I just want to let you know, there's a lot of people backstage that they want to undercut you. They want to undercut you. So like, just be careful."
And that wrestling community, because of how high it was, how prominent it was in society, that there was so much hidden agendas and personalities, complexes, and everything. All these people wanted to be the top.
Right.
Top cat, you know, shit.
That's true.
And they will do whatever it takes to do.
Triple H said that in a promo to CM Punk when CM Punk was in the WWE. Like they both used to go off script a lot.
Yeah.
And like Triple H was like, "See, that's the difference between you and me. Like I told people from the beginning that I'm gonna do whatever it takes. I'm gonna step on you. I'm gonna go behind your back to make it in this business."
And when you look at Triple H in his early days, you can see that.
Absolutely.
When you read between the lines of what he's saying,
you can see it in his early days.
He was really on some soul shit.
He was. Real talk.
He was evil.
Yeah, he was willing to do whatever.
Like Triple H was one of the most evil wrestlers you could think of.
He was one of those dudes that would go to Vince and be like, "Hey, blah blah blah."
He had that sledgehammer. He was on some manipulative shit. Like,
the game, you know what I'm saying? The game.
To play the game.
Yeah. But Triple H is cool now. Like he's past that shit.
But the thing, exactly. Triple H, he's aware of what he did.
He is.
He does not deny anything.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. And that's what I respect about it. You know what I'm saying? It's like he knows he was on some bullshit back then. He knows, but now he's doing a good thing, I think.
Now, he's doing better than Vince.
Oh, absolutely. I think
he has a better moral compass than Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon was a snake.
He was at it. Vince McMahon became out of touch after a while. You know what I'm saying?
He's a straight snake.
But I like Vince right now too, though. Vince is kind of like at the age
he's older now.
He don't give a fuck now.
Exactly. He's on his last years. So at this point, like, okay, I've done some wrong.
Right.
Vince, I know what's right and wrong.
Yeah, Vince, he's like, I'm just the old guy chilling.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, like, shout out to WWE, dude. Speaking of, I have a homeboy who I used to work with at the YMCA back in the day. He's a mainstream wrestler. His name's Sammy Guevara on AEW.
AEW is big.
Yeah, it's big.
AEW is big.
He's on TV. Like, he's one of the main people on the roster.
I think Booker T is one of their sponsors and shit. Like, he's either a sponsor or an announcer, or like he shows up on AEW a lot.
Yeah.
He supports it, like TNA.
Okay.
TNA, AEW, WWE.
Yeah,
like those are like the top.
Yeah,
because back in the day we had like ECW and
right. ECW got bought out by WWE. Yeah,
exactly.
And Paul Heyman.
Paul Heyman, exactly.
The guy that rolled with Brock Lesnar.
Yep.
He ran ECW.
Yeah, that nigga with the balding hair.
Yeah. He ran ECW. Yeah.
He was the one running ECW. Exactly.
Yeah.
And he brought Brock Lesnar to WWF.
Yeah, exactly.
And he was the one who brought him there and helped change the game.
Yeah.
Just like how WCW with Goldberg.
Right? Yeah, man. But yeah, AEW's Sammy Guevara, he rolls. You know Chris Jericho. You remember Chris Jericho?
Chris Jericho was WCW before.
He's WWE. Yeah, so Chris Jericho's on AEW, and he's like a part of Chris Jericho. Y2J.
Yeah, Y2J.
Yeah.
Y2K.
Yeah.
Y2J.
Yeah. But no, he rolls like him and Chris Jericho are like tight. You know what I'm saying on the show? Like he's a part of Chris Jericho's clique because Chris Jericho has a clique on there.
Yeah.
So like he's in Chris Jericho's clique. So shout out to Sammy. We're gonna get you on one day, man.
Yeah, bro.
Talk a lot of wrestling talk. About.
You know what would be the biggest person that I know that I would get on is two people. Mainly my homie Trevor Giles that I went to high school with that's in the UFC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I went to high school with him and we played football together, everything. He's a real good homie. I still stay in contact with him every time he has a fight coming up.
Yeah.
And stuff. And he always,
that's what's up.
He always tag me in stories and like that's real support and shit.
Yeah.
I want to have him and then my other homie that asked that was in the new White Man Can't Jump with Jack Harlow.
Okay, yeah.
Exactly.
Shit, bring them on.
Those two, man.
Like I said, we welcome anybody. Like you said about 15-20 minutes ago, anybody could come through. You know,
Trevin Giles, Kareem Stroud, y'all get him on here.
Sammy Guevara, man, come through, man.
Man.
But yeah,
they can tell the ins and outs of the game too.
That's what I'm saying.
From acting to UFC to wrestling.
Yeah.
They can break it down like even more than what we've done.
Yeah, because I know some of the wrestling lingo, like receipts. You got receipts. You got botches. You know, you got kayfabe. You got all that shit. I know the lingo, bro.
Yeah, you said botches. I'm like, boys don't know about botches.
Yeah. It'd be interesting, man.
Secret nuggets right there.
But besides those people, we welcome anybody. Yeah. Below, without the name, just in general, you know.
Yeah, you don't have to be a somebody.
Yeah, you don't have to be a somebody. Come on,
somebody that has something to say.
Exactly.
For sure.
And I think that we can leave it at that note.
Yeah, right.
Time to wrap up. You know what I'm saying?
And we out. It's your boy Cameron Goon, aka Swole. All that, where to find me. Go ahead, Cuzzo.
Junyanii on Instagram, Junyanii on Twitter, Recognize Entertainment LLC on Facebook, personal Facebook. It's still what it is with the FU. And get the merch. You want some merch? The link for the merch is coming soon. It's under construction. But until then, you can DM me for the merch, for the hats, for the shirts. You can DM me. We could talk, we could go over what kind of color hat or style of hat you want, and we can discuss prices and all that. Just DM me. Just hit me up. Get some shirts. Get some hats. And the music is coming.
Yes, sir.
It's coming.
Yes, ma'am. You already know.
Yes, sir.
And we out.
Peace.